Hey y'all, well, in today's episode we have got a ton of information about the Thruhikers from the Thruhikers out there on the trail. We got some news also going on, and today's a special update. If you haven't tuned in a while, that is, it is coming from you to you from the Camino de Santiago, the Francis way, the Francis way, the French way in northern Spain. That's right, I am walking the Camino right now, and at the same time sending you updates. How about them apples? So I'm also sending in, doing my Camino hike in different episodes. So you can look for those on the channel as well. But let's go ahead and dive right into what's going on with the Thruhikers out there. Oh, and I'm gonna let y'all see here in these updates what I see, and that way if you don't want to go look at my Camino experience in episodes, at least you'll be able to see part of. Look way the heck over there, that is a hot air balloon. Oh my god, it's several, and that's also rain. Man, that's crazy. What are they doing in the rain? Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right in. So we got Songbird and Moose Man. So a lot of you folks thought I said sunburn last time. Nope. The people on the Camino having just as much trouble with my accent as y'all are, so don't feel bad. But Songbird and Moose Man, and they come to us with an update. They are through the Rhone, my favorite part of the trail, and they are past Irwin and moving on out, and they're living some substance off the trail. They're picking ramps and adding them to their meal as they go. Well, let's hear what they got to say.
Hey Ramdino, Joe and Aaron checking in, aka Moose Man and Songbird. We are standing on the top of Big Hump. We've had a great hike here from Uncle Johnny's. The trail was very challenging coming up the backside of Roan Mountain. Probably one of the tougher climbs, but probably our favorite climb. It was so beautiful coming up through there.
We've had wonderful weather and the sights have been beautiful. Thank you, Ramdino. Hi to family and friends and fellow hikers.
Shout out to the trail maintainers. We saw a few on trail, and shout out to the Southern Cookie Lady and all the trail magic we've gotten. Take care.
Thank you.
That is pretty cool to be sustaining, eating some of your sustenance off the trail. We'll see if they start eating grubs and roots and stuff. Next up is the Jones family. They didn't send in their video this week, but they did report in. They're in the Smokies. They've hit past the 200-mile mark. And Goldie has a trail name, DJ Butterfly. And Indy has a trail name, which Indy sounds like a trail name, and his is Leatherfoot. So that's awesome, guys. Parents don't have any trail names yet, so you're just in the Smokies. There's always time for that. And next up, we got Big T.
Hey Ramdino, it's Big T on the AT-26. I made it to Front Royal. It's day 63 for me here at Front Royal, Northern Virginia. It's been a great hike so far. I am loving it. Just watched your day one on the Camino. What a great video. Thanks for sharing your hike on the Camino, and thanks to the Lord for your healing of cancer. And I know this is going to be a great experience for you, and thank you for supporting us on the AT, and I look forward to seeing more of your video. Big T on the AT-26.
Sis checks in with her awesome trail update and gives y'all some great information.
Hey Ramdino, it's Sis with Hiking on a Prayer, just checking in from the Appalachian Trail in Virginia. Wanted to give the hikers an update about the trail conditions right now. From mile marker 581 to 571, there's no water, so you better be filling up and keeping an extra water bottle on hand. Also, this is Lick Creek at 564. The bridge washed out, I guess, a couple years ago, and so they normally warn that it's hard to cross. I don't think it's going to be hard to cross. Yeah, because we hear from the locals that they believe there's a drought going on, and I believe they may be right. The whole time that we've been out here, I think it's rained a total of 2 times. So I believe you should probably be carrying extra water. All right, that's just my opinion and all. Hope you're having a wonderful time in the Camino. Take care and God bless.
Thanks, sis. That is, I wish everybody did a trail update like that. Quick, to the point, let us know how you're doing, but more importantly, informing others out there on the trail and section hikers who hike about what's going on. And she's absolutely right. You're gonna have to do more water carries. I've been seeing in the news where y'all hadn't had a lot of rain back in the States. We'll talk a little more about that later, but you gotta stay hydrated and you've got to keep those electrolytes in balance in your system. No, I don't have a commercial this week. They didn't sponsor this episode, they being you know who. But she's right. Don't forget water, don't forget the electrolytes. Checklist hits a huge milestone, sends us in his update.
Hey Ramdino, Outdoors with John coming to you from Wilburn Cliffs, just above the Grayson Highlands. We've hit the 500-mile mark, enjoyed the waterfalls at Jones Falls and Laurel Creek, hiked past Watauga Lake, came into Virginia, stayed at Lady Di's bed and breakfast, did the detour route around the Creeper, and we're just about ready to hit the Grayson Highlands. Thanks for all you do, Ramdino, and enjoy the trail out there in France and Spain.
Zuko and Katara, they send in their update.
Hey Ramdino, made it to Springer Mountain, and we're back.
Katara
And Zuko.
Team Bender 2.0.
And guess what? I saw my first bear yesterday.
Yeah, don't tell my mom.
It was on the approach trail, and he was just chilling. So we gave him a trail name. He's Chilly Willy. All right, later. Enjoy your trip at the Camino. Bye.
So Zuko was bag tag number 1936 at Amarillo Falls State Park. Stepped off April 9th. They indicated they saw some bears. They had a bear encounter or saw bears or something down in the Springer area. So that's unusual. But I think we did have it last year, so it's not completely out of the ordinary. But we'll talk about bears more here in just a minute. Maple, who you may recall has been our Vermont correspondent on occasion, she has stepped off at Springer, so congratulations to her. I think she was somewhere around 23, bag tag 2300. I lost that email, so I'm not sure. So Maple, if you get this, send that back to me with your next update. And then we got Flat Pick. So Flat Pick, he sends in an update, very cool update. And you're going to find out why here in just a minute. Probably one of my favorite updates of the week.
Hey Ramdino, this is Flatpick. Hey, I wrote a song I tried to record for you up on top of Springer when I hit the start, and I actually tried at the arch, and boy, this video one is tougher than you think. So anyway, I'm talking to my phone, and here I'm at Neal's Gap and just having a ball. The people are fantastic. This whole trail, as you know, is about people. But I wanted to give you some well-wishing as you travel the Camino. So Ramdino on the Camino, keeper of the tales of all the adventures of the Appalachian Trail. On your journey, we wish you the best. And as you travel the way of St. James, may the Lord bring you peace and rest. All right, we'll keep you updated. Have a great time on the Camino. Thanks for everything you do.
All right, somebody needs to put that to music. Flat Pick, I appreciate that. Thanks for those kind words. That is really cool. I know there's a way that you can put that, the music, free online, because Spotter, who's a previous thru hiker, a friend of mine, a virtual friend of mine, and is doing a SOBO this year, and her significant other is doing a NOBO this year. By the way, I haven't heard from you in a while, so let's be reporting in now. But she did something, she wrote a song and had AI put it to music, and it was really cool. I'll play it at the end of this video and show you some pictures of what I'm doing. But anyway, somebody needs to do the same thing. That'd be very cool. You could probably keep it to maybe a bluegrass type of theme. And then Thruhiker out there that we all know and love. And look at that, 565 miles, baby, till I get to the end of my hike. Back to y'all. I'm about to forget his name. Hang on. Dang, I must be getting tired. That's Prepper Hikes without his good buddy Subman. We'll talk about Subman here in just a minute. Take it away, Prepper.
Good morning, Ramdino, from the beautiful McAfee Knob. It is absolutely beautiful. 4:30 start this morning. And to get up here by sunrise. And there's nobody up here to take my picture to prove that I was up here. So I guess I have to do it myself. Take a gander at that view from the top of McAfee Knob. Say it's the most photographed spot on all of the Appalachian Trail. I think I'm at mile 711, maybe, something like that. I'm not sure what McAfee Knob is. That sounds right. Thank you for all you do. Appalachian Trail 2.0, baby. Let's go!
So Subman picked up the NOBO. He and Prepper were somewhere around, don't y'all look at this, Yellow Brick Road, right? All the way into town. I think that's Santo Domingo. Anyway, he picked it up in a hostel around the Daleville area. They didn't want to name the hostel, and I get that, so I'm not going to name it here. But you always need to be vigilant about the NOBO anyway. But he picked it up there, and he had to get off trail because he got really dehydrated. Of course, the NOBO, you got it coming out both ends. One of the worst viruses you can have on trail out there. And he had to go home and get some, even got IVs that he had to have. Got that taken care of. And so, but he decided he is not going to be coming back. That he would have to go back and pick that up, and he's already done that one time, and he's just not going to do that again. So Subman will not be joining us anymore again. Maybe, Subman, you could go do some support work for Prepper and support him along the way, and some trail magic and for everybody, and some slack packing for folks, at least Prepper. Anyway, just a suggestion. So Ash and Tie-Dye Goat, I think they are the furthest north that we're tracking right now, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, somebody let me know. But I think they're about the furthest north we have. So they are coming into, obviously they're now in Roxylvania.
Hey Ramdino, it's Ash.
Tie-Dye Goat.
It is Thursday, April the 16th.
Hey, we know what day it is.
Yeah. For once.
For once. But it's been really hot. It's been, what?
94 last 2 days.
Hot. I'm done.
Yeah.
We're done. But not so much done that we didn't get to
Pennsylvania.
6 states down, 8 to go.
See ya.
And then we got Kendall. Kendall sends in her update.
Hi, Ramdino. This is Kendall coming to you from the top of Mary's Rock in the Shenandoahs, just south of Luray. I had a little mental hiccup in Hot Springs, and got off trail for about a week, maybe a week and a half, to get my head in the game, and got dropped off in Front Royal, and now I'm heading southbound through the Shenandoahs, and I'm going to pick up all that I've missed in North Carolina and Tennessee as I head south. So that's where I am. I kind of flopped and then I flipped. So I hope you're enjoying the Camino, and thanks for all that you do in reporting everything going on on the trail. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
No worries at all about having to turn your NOBO into a flip-flop, Kendall. That happens more times than you know. Quite a bit of times it happens. But enjoy the shanties. There's some really cruisy sections in there. And then we got Bear Scat. He reports in. He sent us a couple over the past week, so we'll show them both. Take it away, Bear Scat.
Hello, Ramdino. This is Bear Scat. Duke's down below, a little below me. But we're on the top of Standing Indian Mountain. It's such a panoramic view. It's such a sweet day. And today is the April the 7th. We got some trail magic at Deep Gap yesterday. Oh, excuse me, Sunday for Easter. We're having a grand old time. We're doing slow but steady. So we're not burning up the trail, but we're not stopping either. But it's a beautiful view up here. And we'll come more at you later. But this is Standing Indian Mountain. Hey Ramdino, this is Bear Scat. We're on top of the observation tower. The roof is bald, I think it is. Man, it's a wonderful view out here. 360-degree view. Today's the 11th of April. Slow and steady. We're at mile 130, so we're doing it. I don't know how much longer, but we're doing it. Anyway, take care. Talk to you soon.
And Elvis reports in that the unreliable water sources have been just that, unreliable. So he's in that dry section now. And what was cool was he ran into some folks from the channel, Moose Man and Songbird. So it's always cool when folks from the channel connect with each other. He ran into a couple folks who sent pictures, but they're not updating us. But I did want to show you the Songbird and Moose Man. So that was pretty cool to see that. Whispers, our northern correspondent, reports in that Scooby, that's Drew Boyson, the subbo who started way early from Katahdin, like in January, he signed the logbook at the Massachusetts-Connecticut border. And so that means that he's probably in New Jersey or maybe even PA by now. I've not been watching him. He hasn't been updating us, and it's hard for me to watch everybody's video, everybody's channels, because I'm too busy trying to put together this for y'all, and particularly now that I'm on the Camino, trying to do the Camino. So, but appreciate Whispers, appreciate you sending that in. I had another Thruhiker that reports in, and he asked his name be withheld, but he said he saw on somebody's video where they had, rather than taking the road walk around the river there at Uncle Johnny's in Irwin, you know, because the bridge got washed out, rather than taking the road walk or shuttle around it. And I've heard some people are fording it, although the river must be down, because that's a really swift river coming through there. He said he saw a video where somebody walked across the railroad trestle that's upstream of Uncle Johnny's. So that is a bad thing to do. One, pretty certain it's illegal. Two, the way that trestle's built, it's got high walls and it's tight. And if you get out in the middle of it and a train's coming, you're not going to outrun that train. And that's basically suicide. And it's too tight for you to clear, and that train ain't going to get stopped. So let's just do the right thing out there, guys. I know folks like to try to take shortcuts, but we want all of you all the way to Katahdin, all the way to Springer, all the way wherever you're doing. We don't want anybody hurt out there or killed. So do the right thing. And then had another subscriber, it was actually a section hiker, said he had been watching other thru hikers, and they were telling people that Iron Mountain Gap detour wasn't necessary, that it was all cleared through on the AT and you didn't have to do the detour. So that is incorrect. It is clear through there. Thank you, Tennessee Eastman Hiking Club. But that section is closed, and you need to take the detour. It's closed for a reason. It's closed because they're going to be logging in there, and we don't have a schedule of when that logging is going to take place. So just take the detour. It's part of the official route. It's not that bad. It's just part of the Appalachian Trail. Just get used to stuff like that. But I would ask that you not do that. You can't stay at Cherry Mountain Gap. shelter anymore because it's gone, and there is and that's within the closed area anyway. So just do everybody a favor, do the right thing, and take the detour for now. It'll open up next year. And then I said earlier about y'all's dry weather you've been having back home. So we've got a lot of burn bans up and down the trail. So there's no open fires in Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Tennessee, and I don't know if it's all of Virginia or not, but certainly the southern portion of it. So y'all got some bad stuff going on back there as far as lack of precipitation. So of course that means water source is going to be an issue, and like Sis said, you need to camel up and take extra water where you can. Of course, Elvis said the same thing. He said the only sources are around shelters or at rivers and very, very large creeks. The other stuff's all dried up. So that's a burn ban that's going out there. And then the ATC has reported in that we've got some bear activity going on. Right now they're reporting it on the approach trail. They're reporting it at Muskrat Shelter in North Carolina and Wapiti. I can't remember where that shelter is, but in any case, they're waking it up. Doesn't surprise me that that's going on out there. So y'all just be careful, and when they do a bear report, they mean a bear report of a bear that's conditioned and would not go away with screaming and hollering and throwing rocks and stuff like that. So y'all be careful out there. Folks, that's all I got for this week from the Camino. As always, appreciate you, and we hope to see you on trail when I get back to America. Buen Camino. Wait a minute. Don't forget, I was going to show you that, play that song from Spider, and I'll show you some pictures of the Camino de Santiago while that song's playing. Take it away, Spider.
I put my boots on the ground, the dirt beneath my feet. I travel to the top to start this amazing feat. Spring or mountain shows the first white blaze, which I will follow for many more days. 14 states I will travel through. From society I happily withdrew. Every step gets me a little closer. I'm gonna hike the Appalachian Trail a little bit slower. Nature's breeze, I'm wild and free. These are the days I'll always remember. Make sure it's beautiful in the fall of September. I break down my tent every morning, hear the birds chirping, the sun shining bright, I can feel the day warming. 1, 2, 3 states down, up the mountains I go laughing and chatting with all the other hikers, finding my way into the next town. 4, 5, 6 states more my trail, legs are strong, I found my trail family I never knew I could feel this way before.